Did you know that insects are the most common species on our planet? With over 900,000 different insect species out there, that accounts for 80% of the world's known species. But why are there so many insects? The answer is surprisingly simple. They're just older. Other groups of species like mammals and birds are evolutionarily younger, but insects have been around for a long time. So if you're an insectophobe, I'm sorry to break it to you, but we're not going anywhere. Did you know that honeybees are imposters? If you live in North America, honeybees aren't actually native insects. They were brought over from Europe during the 17th century to help with crops and farming. And while they do help pollinate, they are also a significant competitor to our native bees. And a lot of our native bees are actually at risk. So if you want to meet some of our native bees, yeehaw, Mother Buzzer, welcome to America! A question I get asked a lot when I talk about spiders is, are spiders poisonous? No. Spiders are not poisonous. They're venomous. Yes, every single last spider are venomous. However, spiders rarely ever lead to human death. So don't worry, that spider on your wall probably won't kill you. Probably. Mosquitoes only like you because you have stinky feet. Yep, studies have shown that mosquitoes are attracted to the stinky bacteria that builds up on your feet. They can even tell apart the different bacteria and target their favorite. So if you get attacked by mosquitoes frequently, you might need to take a shower or wash your socks. And honestly, you'd be doing everyone else a favor too. The biggest butterfly in the world is the Queen Alexandra's birdwing, and this butterfly's history is kinda crazy. This butterfly boasts a 1-foot wingspan, and the first ever specimen was acquired via shotgun. Queen Alexandra's birdwing lives in New Guinea rainforest, and lay their offspring on a poisonous plant, which they then eat to become poisonous themselves. Unfortunately, due to deforestation and butterfly smuggling, which is apparently a thing, they push closer and closer towards the brink of extinction every day. Did you know that only female mosquitoes suck blood? Now you can officially say you've been touched by a woman. Male mosquitoes actually feed off of nectar and plant juices, and they can't suck blood, while females need it for the babies, which are light and stagnant, but sometimes dirty water. I don't know if a mosquito bite is equal to a kiss, but that's still more than you deserve. The orchid mantis looks exactly like a living flower, and I actually used to own one myself. Despite their beauty, they are ruthless hunters and prefer to catch and eat their prey alive. Female mantises are actually double the size of males. They can disguise themselves in a variety of colors to match their flower counterpart and attract particular prey. These mantises are found in Southeast Asia and live in humid rainforests and tropical climates, and are totally harmless, unless you're a bug. The giant water bug is one of the few bugs out there that doesn't have daddy issues. Male giant water bugs are known to actually carry their eggs around on their back until the day they hatch, while actively fending off other women who want to eat the eggs and make their own babies with the protective male. And once they finally hatch, they go out and they get the milk and they never come back. Just like a good old bug daddy. One of the cutest moths in the world is the rosy maple moth, known for its bright pink and yellow appearance. They only grow to about 1 to 2 inches, and their bright coloration actually helps them camouflage with maple seeds to avoid predation from hungry birds. Rosy maple moth larvae are known as green striped maple worms, and will spend the majority of their life in a single maple tree, eating the leaves and then pupating beneath the tree and emerging in their final form. These moths can be found throughout Western North America and are most active during the summer months, so if you meet a rosy maple moth, make sure to say hi! Everybody loves a cute little toad, but did you know they also come in bug form? Yes, these tiny little creatures are called toad bugs. These little guys are incredibly small and would look just like a miniature amphibian if not for their bug-like feet. And not only do they closely resemble a small toad or frog, they also move like one, hopping around just like a toad would and then pouncing on their prey. Not to worry though, as these tiny little dudes are completely harmless to humans and coexist with the small toads in their environment. If you've ever gone outside in your life, chances are you've seen this little white butterfly. This is the cabbage white butterfly, and it's not a moth. They are one of the most common butterflies in the world and can be found almost anywhere with a garden. As the name implies, their caterpillars feed off of members of the cabbage family, including cabbage, broccoli, and mustard plant. So now you know what these guys are called. You're welcome. This is the giant water bug, and they are crazy. And by the way, that name comes from the fact that they are giant water bugs. Very literal. Giant water bugs paralyze their prey and then suck out their insides similar to a spider, except with a pointy straw instead of a pair of fangs. And their bite is nothing you want to mess with either. With keen vision, an aggressive nature, and the ability to attack on land, in water, or in air, they will hunt you down and ruin your day. Did you know that male black widows aren't exactly black? And they don't have that signature red hourglass on their butt either. You might have seen them before and didn't know. Male black widows are typically a quarter of the size of females and are far less venomous. They're lighter in color and typically a bit more shy. So, now you know what a male black widow looks like. How do you feel? Have you ever seen a pink grasshopper before? Probably not, as these guys are relatively rare, kind of like a pink sheep in Minecraft. This is a genetic mutation found in some locusts and grasshoppers, but only in the females. They are rarely seen by humans, as they spend most of their time hiding in deep vegetation, so it's your lucky day if you get to meet one. Ladybugs are evil. But only if you're an aphid. Ladybugs are a plant's best friend. In fact, ladybugs are known to eat up to 5,000 aphids in their lifetime. They were brought to North America in the 1900s and can be found almost anywhere on Earth. But you probably won't see ladybugs in the winter, and that's because these beetles hibernate for the winter just like little red-spotted bears. And during this time, you can find them huddled together in the thousands. But can a cockroach survive a nuclear bomb? Well, yes and no. Let me explain. Cockroaches are known to be extremely hardy creatures. They can survive up to a month without food or water, and even live a couple of weeks with their head cut off. There are over 4,000 species of roaches in the world, but only around 20% would be able to survive the radiation from a nuclear bomb. The heat from the blast, however, would certainly fry any cockroach. So, moths are some of the cutest and yet most depressing insects in the world. Many adult moth species will depart their cocoon without a mouth, meaning that they cannot eat and cannot poop. Their sole purpose is to find another moth and make love. But this means that their adult life is incredibly short, and many of these moths will starve to death or be eaten before they can even fulfill their sole purpose. So, in my opinion, a question I get asked a lot since I'm a bug VTuber is, what's your favorite bug? And that's a hard question to answer because I like so many bugs, but I think it has to go to this ugly little dude. This is a Jerusalem cricket, and I grew up finding them everywhere. They are also known as potato bugs or Niño de la Tierra, but I like to call them sand crickets. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking they're cute, but I swear there were no thoughts in that adorable little head. What insects would survive the nuclear apocalypse? We've already established that some cockroaches can, but did you know that most insects wouldn't have a problem either? Fruit flies have been observed to withstand up to 64,000 rads, and a step above them are parasitic wasps, which can withstand up to an insane 180,000 rads. In comparison, the cockroach can only survive up to 10,000. So yeah, this bug uses that big fat booty to communicate. Seriously, this is a Jerusalem cricket, one of the strangest bugs in the world. First of all, they aren't even crickets, and they aren't from Jerusalem. And despite their beady black eyes, they're almost completely blind. These harmless creatures of the night are for the most part solitary dirt dwellers, but when the time comes to attract a mate, they communicate with each other by twerking their way to victory. This creature may have saved your life. This is a horseshoe crab, and not only are they one of the oldest species in the world, they're also essential to the medical industry. Horseshoe crab blood is the only known natural source of LAL, a substance that coagulates around endotoxins and harmful bacteria. We use this to detect invisible contaminants on IVs and other medical devices, which saves lives across the world on a daily basis, making horseshoe crab blood one of the most important and expensive liquids in the world. This insect protects itself using cyanide? This is a yellow-spotted millipede, and it's developed a crazy defense against predators. When disturbed, they curl up into a spiral and secrete hydrogen cyanide. While this isn't enough to kill a human, it can certainly kill smaller animals like birds. Because of this adaptation, these millipedes thrive in their environment with very few predators. They spend their life eating leaf litter and meeting up for Tinder dates. So if you see these little guys, leave them be. Horseshoe crabs are one of the oldest species in the world, and despite their name, horseshoe crabs aren't crabs at all. They are more closely related to arachnids than crustaceans. A common misconception is that a horseshoe crab's tail is used as a stinger, but it's actually used to help them flip over when they get stuck on their back. Horseshoe crabs are completely harmless and are important to our lives and the lives of other animals. So if you see a stuck horseshoe crab, please return it to its home. This is Portia, the smartest spider in the world. This spider is known for being capable of learning, problem solving, and developing new methods for hunting prey. Portia is also a spider-eating spider, capable of luring web-building spiders to it for them to then eat them. But Portia is only around 8 millimeters in length, meaning that Portia, unfortunately, cannot eat you. Did you know that the world's strongest creature survives by eating poop? The dung beetle uses the poop of other animals for everything. They eat it, they sleep in it, and they even lay their eggs in it. But why? Animal poop is full of nutrients, and the dung beetle has learned to use that to its advantage. And it must be working because these beetles can lift up to 1,000 times its own body weight. I wish I could be that strong. Maybe we should try it.